How many of us hate those annoying relatives and neighbors who pop out of nowhere and ask weird questions? We all hate them. Are you making the same mistakes in your survey? In today's video, we are going to learn the recipe of asking good questions. And do watch the video till the end because I will be sharing a bonus tip with you that you're going to absolutely love. So let's get started. Let's assume you're conducting a UX survey and you ask them, do you read the terms and conditions before giving access to various apps? Chances are people will answer yes, even though majority of the people just scroll through the TNC page and just click on agree. But they want to be seen as someone who is informed and who reads important details. They want to be seen as an intellectual person. So how do we make sure we're not asking silly, annoying or pushy questions just like those annoying relatives? Enters the ACA model. Ambiguous, confusing and absolute questions. Do not ask questions that are open to interpretation. It will mess up your data terribly, because whenever you ask a question that's open to interpretation, every person is going to interpret their own version out of it and they're going to give different answers. That means a weird kind of data. Now you don't want that, right? So make sure you define all the important terms beforehand. Let's look at an example. How many times did you eat outside last week? Eat outside can have different interpretation. One might think, so outside food only means that I'm going out and eating? Or does it also mean if I order from Swiggy and Zomato? Because technically it's not home cooked food. Now you don't want your respondents to be in that situation, because the longer time they spend on your survey, chances are they will want to just get out of it and save their time instead. So what can we do here? Ask questions that people can answer. There are few things that people cannot remember and answer correctly. For example, numbers or mathematical calculation. If I give you complex calculations like how old were you when this happened, that will require lots of mathematical calculation and it's not a good survey experience. Another kind of confusing questions that I see in the surveys are double negative questions. Let me give you some examples. Was the onboarding journey not complicated? You see how we are using two negative words like not and complicated. Instead, we can just simply say, was the onboarding journey easy? Or even better, we can ask them, how was the onboarding journey? So instead of asking double negative words and making it more complicated, just remove the fuss. Ask the question in a simple manner instead of making a jalebi out of it. Now, other questions that I see in the survey that are extremely annoying are absolute or pushy questions. As the name suggests, they force a respondent to answer even though they might not agree. So what do they look like? Usually the answer is yes or no, agree or disagree. And the questions will include words like always, never, every, all. So they're trying to generalize the question and give you two options, that is agree or disagree, yes or no. It really pushes off the respondent sometimes and they get frustrated because they agree with neither side of the answer. So what do they do? For example, ice creams are always eaten in summers. Agree or disagree? Now, what if I'm a person who likes enjoying ice creams in winters as well, but I eat mostly in summers? There is no option like a maybe here. A good idea to solve this kind of situation is giving more options in the answers. For example, sometimes or maybe, which reminds me to share the bonus point with you. How was the food and drinks? You see how I'm asking about two different things in the same question? I might be happy with the food, but I might not have liked the drink. So what am I supposed to answer now? Follow a general rule of thumb that I like to call one questions equal one question. Only ask a specific question in every single question that you're asking the respondent. If there are two things that you want to know about, make two separate questions. These are called double barrel questions, inspired from the double barrel shotgun that shoots two bullets at the same time. Don't be a double barrel. Ask one question at one time. This way you can get more detailed insight and the quality of your data improves significantly. So what do you do when you want to address a big question? You make it into a group. Every big question can be converted into a group where you can ask multiple sub-questions. This way, the respondent doesn't have to change the context of the question and you can ask all the similar kind of questions together. So I'm sure you're going to avoid these mistakes and ace your survey questions. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to check out this video on good versus bad surveys. Happy designing!